Hello, today we're going to be having a look at the Theocrat class, as represented here today by Nomlic Trismegistus, a goblin in the clouds. You see him here, in his capital city of Ramis, in the little blighted mushroom swamps. And over here to the right we see our foe, Larissa Mirabilis, a sorcerer, a witch no less. We're going to break into her city and burn her at the stake for heresy. Now, this is a scenario that we've set up so that you can sort of see what the end game will look like. And right, let's have a look at what kind of spells we can cast. Now, as a Theocrat, our spells are all religiously themed. We can mark people as heretics. We can summon cherubs, little flying demon baby monsters. We have a beacon of faith set up in our city so that it grows faster. We have paid absolution. We can force the citizens to pay us for the privilege of being members of our religion, stuff like that. Let's start off, let's mark Larissa as a heretic. Always a good place to start. So that means that we'll be able to do more damage to her units. Now we're going to be mostly focusing on battle today, so I'm going to bring my army over here and engage. Now, we have a thing called the adjacent hex rule. So not only is the stack we're attacking engaged in battle, but all of the surrounding stacks are going to be engaged as well. So you can see that it's actually going to be our 12 units versus her 10. There could be up to 42 units in a battle if every single hex is filled. So let's enter battle and see what happens. Here we are. Nomlic Trismegistus attacked Larissa Mirabilis. I don't know who came up with these names. Anyway, so she's a defender, so she gets to go first. See what she does. We're all starting out of range. There's not much you can do, so she's going to cast haste on this fella over here. Now, this is... Oh, it's my turn. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, this is an Eldritch Horror. This is the most powerful unit that a sorcerer can summon, and it's a nightmare. It is a heretic, since Mark is a heretic, we just course, but it also has haste, meaning it can move twice as far. It has shock breath, so it's essentially a dragon breath weapon attack, but with lightning. It does spirit damage and blight damage, and worst of all, it's immune to both blight damage and spirit damage, which is a problem since goblins do blight damage and Theocrats do spirit damage. But we'll sort it out somehow. She's also got some apprentices here. They are the normal sorcerer unit, those little mini wizards. You can fairy fire, throw lightning bolts at us from the walls, can dispel magic. You also got some archers, and these guys, Phantasm Warriors. They're a mid-level sorcerer summon. They're very tough, do a fairly nice amount of damage. They have the chance to shock the target so that when they hit people, the target is stunned and doesn't move as fast. Okay, now what are we going to do? What have we got? Okay, we have these guys, Goblin Crusaders. They're the best. Look at them, hiding behind the little shields. These are tier 2 infantry. Then we have these guys, Flying Goblins, the Exalted. They're tier 3. They can sweep over the walls and hopefully get into the enemy's face before their arrows can do too much damage to us. We've also got Martyrs. Martyrs are a low tier unit whose main gimmick is this ability, Absorb Pain, which I'm actually going to use on these Swarm Darters. What that means is if somebody tries to damage the Swarm Darters, and someone is going to try and damage the Swarm Darters, then the damage will actually be transferred to the Martyrs instead. So hopefully that will give the Swarm Darters a chance to actually shoot a bit before they get torn to pieces by the defenders. We've also got this bad boy over here, the Shrine of Smiting. This is the tier 4 Theocrat unit. It's basically a great big box of pain. Has this ability, Smiting Prayer Bolts, which does more damage depending on the more devout units we have on the field. Since we have a lot of devout units, hopefully it'll hit pretty hard. It also has Divine Vengeance, a huge AoE that we can use once per battle. Now, first things first, let's do some magic. Now, this spell here, Holy War, poor old Trismegistus, what's his name? Nomlic. He isn't on the field, so that means this spell is much more expensive than it would usually be, but we're going to cast it anyway. Holy